Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Anime Ramble. Today I got for you My Hunter's Guild Chapter 6. What is going on? Well, if you remember where we left off at the end of Chapter 5, Valoo had just finished defeating the duo, and then the duo's father, the Alpha Wolf, this massive 3-story tall giant, comes in and he's looking for his sons. They're not there. He is with Cinderella, a witch. So while yes, Cinderella is a witch, it's entirely possible that she might be a werewolf and this is just her human form, or she could just be a witch and not related to a werewolf or not have a werewolf form at all. But this chapter opens up with a dream sequence that you have with Valoo remembering when the mayor had taught him how to cut wood for the first time, and he made that resolve that this is my job now. I'm going to repay everybody back in the hamlet who helped raise me by chopping everybody's wood from now until he dies. Okay, that was the plan. Obviously, it didn't work out that way because the mayor's dead, the village is destroyed, all the villagers have been scattered, and he is without a home. So the dream ends, they wake up, they're in this little cart buggy thing that's being pulled by a hermit crab. I guess hermit crabs are just the form of transportation in this universe, but he wakes up, he looks outside, and he's like, oh, I've never seen a giant before, I've never seen a golem before, and you just have this thing just swinging at the fucking ocean for whatever reason. There's nothing out there, but it's swinging at the ocean. So Grim naturally asks him, okay, you want to be a hunter, why do you want to be a hunter? Valoo, his entire reasoning is, I don't want the tragedy that happened at my village to happen to anywhere else in the entire world. And Grim questions this like, you want to protect the entire world? That's kind of childish, don't you think? And his response is just golden. You know what? It may be childish, but for right now, that's good enough because he's not thinking rationally. Can he stop all werewolves from ever occurring? Can he kill all the werewolves that are now alive? And then also come up with a way to prevent more humans from transforming in the future. It is a pipe dream. It's a very childish dream, but for him, that's all he needs. That's the only resolve he needs in order to pass the hunter's exam. But at this point, everybody's tired. He just woke up. So Grim tells, I don't know how to say this person's name. I'm just going to call him Ty. Grim tells Ty to pull the hermit crab over and let's get breakfast started. So this is clearly early in the morning. This doesn't stop Grim, however, from trying to get to the bottom of how Valoo is able to split a werewolf from ear to ear. That was always something that was very strange, at least amongst them in the series. Us, the readers, pretty much could confirm that the axe that he was using was a hunter's tool. Grim can pretty much confirm that what Valoo was using is also a hunter's tool, the axe I'm referring to. She wants to know if it really belonged to the mayor or if this is something that he has had since he was a child, I guess from the parents or something like that, because she suspects that it's made of plutonium, but she can't seem to figure out how it got in the hands of a mayor way up in the mountains. She remarks that the explanation that Valoo gave about swinging the axe and that being a full body workout, which was what allowed for him to slice the werewolf from ear to ear, there's just no way that was the case, okay? You doing a full body workout, no matter what implications it has, isn't going to suddenly allow for you to be able to slice a werewolf who is resistant to all forms of metal outside of silver and wolfonium, that you would just be able to do that with a regular steel axe. It's not the case. This isn't the power of friendship. There has to be a real explanation as to how you were able to do that. The explanation is that the axe was made out of wolfonium. She also finds it convenient that she herself was assigned this hamlet that the two retainers just happened to show up to, which we do find out that the Alpha Wolf, his name is like Conan, like Kanan, Lacote, something Lycan, okay? I get the reference. I'm still gonna call him Alpha until this series is over. Nonetheless, it was convenient that she was assigned to the hamlet, that the members of the Red List also showed up to where his sons were. The Alpha is the undisputed king of all of the werewolves just across the board until I hear otherwise. Cinderella is his retainer, so she's a human until I see her transform into a wolf. They are a part of the Red List, which are the Hunters Guild's kill on sight orders. This is the equivalent of the bingo book, alright? These are all S rank level threats and they have to be dealt with immediately. They cannot be allowed to live. You gotta keep in mind, these were not just top tier antagonists that we were introduced to. These are the very top of the list, like the very top of the list. These are the people that Valoo are going to have to kill in order to end out this series. So for them to show up out of the blue in all of their glory to do nothing more than just what looks like observe. The only reason he threw a punch was because Grim attacked first. Okay, it was self-defense if we really think about it. Given the circumstances and the fact that Grim's spell was wearing off and she would eventually begin reverting back to her child form. She didn't really have a choice in that matter, given the circumstances and the fact she knows the threat level that they possess. Obviously, they blew up the entire village in a matter of 2 shots. But the spell that Cinderella had cast on Grimm only allows for her to transform from her child form to her adult form once a day for a maximum of 3 hours. So over the course of these 6 chapters, her taking on the Granny, Nara, and the duo back to back over the course of 6 chapters was 3 hours long. Now this is putting them in a bind, considering if something was to pop off right now and hit the fan, well, shit is just gonna hit the fan, and shit definitely hit the fan rather quickly. So the second part of the chapter that I really want to talk about is probably what everybody has been waiting for. It's a shonen, you know it's going to happen. The training arc is upon us. He is about to take the Hunter's Slaying exam that is coming forward, and we get the complete rundown about what's going to happen, how many people are going to take part in it, and just essentially what's going to happen. So 300 people in total will be taking this exam, and apparently only like 3 people are going to be chosen for the exam for whatever reason. We only come about this information because 2 characters that I completely missed the first read through came into the chapter and really set Blue straight with what's going on. It's not going to be something as simple as just paying a fee, signing a paper, and you get to go. No, you have an entire exam that you have to take and pass. And to make matters worse, the 2 new characters by the name of Tai and Mai are 2 previous Hunter hopefuls that sadly weren't able to pass the exam, and as a result they never took the exam again for whatever reasons. Complete failures. They remind me of Kafka from Kaiju number 8, and we know how Kafka is now in Kaiju number 8. He's a complete badass. So hopefully Tai and Mai retake the exam, go along with Valu, and are the 3 that become the Hunter's exam, because they're pretty cool in this chapter, right? I like their personalities, I like everything about them. They can fight their asses off. They're not scrubs by any means, and actually you do see them fight in this chapter, and this is how we get this entire info dump about the exam. They're trained because they went through the exam, but they didn't pass. And if you don't pass the Hunter's exam, you're able to take it again. There's nothing that's stopping them from taking it. But the only job that you're really gonna get is to, well, do what they're doing, be lackeys and drive them around, do odd jobs here and there. I think that's actually what they said. They just do odd jobs. That's not a life that Valu wants to live. I don't think that's a life anybody wants to live. You want to have meaning in what it is that you do. So hopefully they turn around, much like Kafka did in Kaiju number 8, and go back to take this and get on their fucking way. What stuck out to me about Tai and Mai was the fact that they're there to pick up Grimm and Valu after the village is destroyed, but where were they while the village was being destroyed? Grimm had to get to the hamlet to begin with. It's very clear that they probably drove Grimm out there to the hamlet when the first request came in that they needed help. So if they took her there, why were they not also helping during the fights? If they were just drivers and they had no training, I wouldn't even be putting this in the video. But the fact that they handled the threat no diff at all, they could have contributed heavily to the fight against the Granny Werewolf, the duo, and Nara, and probably have saved her transformation to when it was actually needed. But we get a nice cool panel shot of the mobile training exam unit thing, cubicle. I don't know. It looks dope. You get the panel of the drill sergeant, of the conductor. She's pretty dope. She never skips leg day. Thank God she's even out. But I don't know what's really gonna happen in chapter 7 or chapter 8 or chapter 9 or whatever, chapter 10. I don't even know when all these videos are gonna get out, but I am getting them out to you. That is all I have for you today. If you made it to the end, thank you. If you are new, go plus ultra and smash that subscribe button. It lets me know you rock with the content that I put out on the channel. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. Comment on the video your thoughts about what you think is going on. How do you think that Valu is going to handle these exams? What do you think the steps of the exams are even going to be? I think that's what people look forward to the most. What are your tests? What are your tests that you're going to give to these people? We're talking 300 plus. We only really care about 3. Is Grimm going to be a part of this? Not really a part of this, but is she going to go along with them during this whole situation, or is she going to just say, hey, you handle this, I'll meet you there, I got something else I got to take care of? Because she has a lot of questions. We all have a lot of questions, and I love a series with a good mystery undertone. So what is to come? Subscribe if you're brand new, and like always, until next time, I'm out.